Hi, Virgo. Be ready to receive it. Yes, be ready tomorrow, not soon, not when the time is right, not eventually if circumstances align. Tomorrow, which is approximately 16 to 20 hours from from this moment, depending on when you're reading this and what time zone you occupy, uh, and whether you'll be awake or asleep when it actually arrives. And I know what you're thinking. What you've been trained to think through disappointments that taught you to never fully believe good things until they're actually happening. Probably not tomorrow, probably just, soon tomorrow, metaphorical tomorrow, eventually tomorrow. No, literal tomorrow, the day that comes after you sleep tonight, the day marked on calendar, the 24-hour period that begins when current 24-hour period ends. That tomorrow and what's arriving, what you've been thinking about, obsessing over maybe, a trying not to think about because thinking about it creates hope, and hope has disappointed you before. It's not arriving as partial delivery, not arriving as, well, here's piece of it, not arriving as this is step toward it. It's arriving complete, or complete enough that you'll recognize it immediately as the thing, the actual thing, not symbol of thing, not preview, the thing itself. Here's what you've been thinking about reveals about your current mental state. You've been trying not to think about it, actively trying, because thinking about it too much feels like jinxing. Like if you want it too obviously, universe will notice and withhold it just to teach you about detachment or some cruel spiritual lesson. So you think about it in bursts. Let yourself imagine for a few minutes. Then shut it down. Don't get hopes up. Don't count on it. Don't assume. That cycle, hope, shut down, has been exhausting, has been taking energy, has been keeping you in low level anxiety state where you're neither fully hoping nor fully accepting absence. You've been bargaining. I don't need perfect version. I'd accept smaller version. I'd be grateful for anything remotely close. Lowering standards preemptively sow disappointment is smaller if it comes. Settling for less before you even know what's being offered so you can claim you weren't attached to specific outcome. But you were attached. You are attached. You want specific thing, not approximation, not close enough, the actual thing you've been imagining. You've been analyzing whether you deserve it, whether you've earned it, whether you've done enough work, enough healing, enough growth, enough suffering to justify receiving good thing. Maybe I'm not ready yet. Maybe I need to work on myself more. Maybe once I achieve X, then I'll be worthy. That analysis is stalling, is fear disguised as self improvement, is your unworthiness creating obstacles that don't actually exist. And you've been preparing for disappointment while pretending you're not. Building mental escape routes. Well, if it doesn't happen, I'll just backup plan. I'll be fine. I don't need it anyway. Those escape routes are protection, are ways of surviving if tomorrow doesn't deliver what I'm saying it will deliver. But you won't need those escape routes because tomorrow is delivering. What finally tells you about how long you've been waiting. Long enough that finally is accurate description. Not days, not weeks, months at minimum, possibly years. Long enough that waiting stopped feeling active and started feeling like permanent state. Long enough that you started wondering if wanting this thing was delusion, if it was ever actually possible, if you were chasing something that existed only in imagination, not in available reality. Long enough that you made peace with maybe never not happy peace, resigned peace. Okay, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I want something that's not meant for me. And that resignation, that giving you pee while trying to call it acceptance, is precisely what created conditions for finally to arrive. Not because universe rewards giving up, but because giving up the strangling need, the desperate attachment, the I can't be okay without this that created space, created energetic availability, created conditions where a thing could arrive without being immediately crushed by weight of your desperate need for it. What surprise specifically means in this context means you're not expecting it tomorrow, aren't sitting by phone waiting, aren't checking email every hour, aren't positioned to receive because you've stopped positioning yourself in constant readiness. You've moved on with daily life. You're doing tomorrow things. Whatever those are, work, errands, plans you already made, regular life. And in middle of that regular life, boom, surprise, thing arriving when you're not watching for it, when guard is down, when you're not performing readiness. That's why it's surprise. Not because thing itself is unexpected, you've been wanting it, but because timing is unexpected. Tomorrow is unexpected. Arrival is unexpected after period of absence. And surprise is gift, because surprise means you don't have time to build anxiety, don't have days to work yourself into nervous wreck, don't have weeks to convince yourself it's not real or you don't deserve it or it's going to be a mistake. Just boom, here it is. Now, respond. Let me sketch what you've been thinking about might actually be for you. Could be opportunity that's been closed, job, position, project, door that was shut that's suddenly opening. Not because you kept knocking, not because you begged, because timing aligned, because person who needed to say yes finally said yes, because circumstances that were blocking shifted. And tomorrow offer arrives, invitation arrives, we want you for this arrives, through email, through call, through message, through however opportunities arrive in your field. Not we're considering you, not maybe eventually, yes, we want you. Start soon. Here are details. Could be person you've been wanting, person you've been wondering about, person you thought was unavailable or uninterested or gone. And tomorrow they reach out, they show up, they confess, they make move, they create opening, they demonstrate interest you thought didn't exist or thought had died. Not subtle interest, clear interest, unmistakable. I want you interest. Let's do this interest. Interest that requires response, not interpretation. Could be money, amount you've been needing, amount you've been hoping for, amount that would change circumstances from stressed to breathing. And tomorrow it arrives through expected channel or unexpected one, through payment you were owed, through opportunity, through gift, through settlement, through refund, through investment paying off, through whatever, but significant amount you'll recognize immediately as answer to what you've been thinking about. Not, oh, nice, extra $20. More like, oh, fuck, this changes things. Could be clarity about decision you've been stuck on, answer you've been seeking, direction you've been needing, knowing what to do when you've been paralyzed by not knowing. And tomorrow clarity arrives through conversation, through sign, through opportunity presenting that makes choice obvious, through information you've been lacking, through internal knowing that suddenly surfaces. Not ambiguous clarity, solid clarity. Oh, that's what I need to do. That's the answer. That's the direction. Could be confirmation of thing you've been doubting, relationship, decision you made, path you chose, thing you've been questioning whether it's right. And tomorrow, confirmation arrives through their actions, through results, through evidence, through sign, through whatever form confirmation takes for your thing. Not, maybe this is confirmation if I interpret it right. Clear confirmation, undeniable. Yes, this is right. Keep going. Could be beginning of something you've been waiting to start. Relationship becoming official. Project getting green light. Move getting confirmed. Treatment starting. Plan becoming action. And tomorrow, beginning happens. Not we're getting close to beginning, actual start, first step taken, movement from theoretical to actual. Why tomorrow specifically? Why not next week or next month? Because timing converged. Multiple factors that needed to align finally aligned. Person who needed to make decision made it. Circumstance that was blocking resolved. Window that was closed opened. Approval that was pending came through. All the pieces that needed to be in place are finally in place. And when pieces are in place, thing happens, doesn't wait for more convenient time, just happens. Tomorrow is when pieces completed their arrangement. Because you're ready even if you don't feel ready. Readiness isn't feeling. Feeling ready is luxury. Actual readiness is capacity. And you have capacity even if you don't have confidence. You've been building capacity through waiting, through surviving disappointment, through continuing to function while wanting thing you didn't have, through growing while thing was absent. That building created readiness. And tomorrow is when readiness gets tested through actually receiving. Because delay served its purpose. Whatever the delay was for learning, healing, development, other pieces needing to align it served. And now delay is no longer necessary. So delay ends tomorrow, not gradually ending, just ending, thing arriving. What you should do between now and tomorrow's surprise. Don't stay up all night in anticipation. Don't sit by phone watching. Don't create expectations about exactly how or when surprise arrives. Live today normally, do today's things, sleep tonight. Trust that surprise will find you, will arrive whether you're watching or not, will reach you when it's time. Watching doesn't make it come faster, just makes waiting more exhausting. Prepare emotionally to receive without knowing what receiving requires. You can't prepare specifically because you don't know exactly what's arriving or how. But you can prepare generally, can remind yourself, I deserve good things. I can handle good things. I'm allowed to be happy. Receiving doesn't make me weak. Can um, soften defenses slightly, can create tiny bit of openness, can practice saying yes to hypothetical good instead of reflexive. But what's the catch? Release attachment to specific form. You've been thinking about this thing, but your imagination of how it arrives might not match actual arrival. Be open to surprise looking different than you pictured, to good coming through unexpected door, to answer being different than question you were asking. Release rigidity about form while maintaining clarity about essence. Essence is what matters. Form is just delivery system. And don't sabotage preemptively. Don't create crisis today. Don't pick fight. Don't make impulsive decision that blocks tomorrow's surprise from reaching you. Your system might want to sabotage, might want to create familiar chaos to avoid unfamiliar good, might want to control through destruction what it can't control through construction. Notice that urge. Don't act on it, just breathe through it. Let tomorrow arrive without you having burned everything down right before it gets here. What happens when surprise arrives tomorrow? Initial disbelief. Wait, is this real? Is this actually happening? Is this the thing? Disbelief is normal. Is your brain struggling to update from perpetual wanting to actually having? Is protection against disappointment still active, even though thing arrived? Let disbelief exist, but don't let it make decisions. Don't let it cause you to reject a good thing because good thing feels unfamiliar. Impulse to verify 17 times. Are you sure? Is this really happening? What's the catch? When will you change your mind? That impulse is fear, is difficulty trusting good, is expecting other show to drop because historically shoes have dropped. Do basic verification. Make sure thing is real, but don't verify to point of insulting whoever's offering or to point of destroying moment through excessive doubt. Emotional overwhelm. Might cry, might laugh, might feel nothing initially because system is in shock, might feel everything simultaneously. All normal, all valid. Let yourself feel whatever you feel without judging it as right or wrong. Gratitude mixed with, finally, where have you been? Happiness mixed with grief for time spent without. Relief mixed with anger that it took so long. Complex emotions are normal when something you've wanted for a long time finally arrives. You don't have to feel purely happy. Mixed is honest and need to share, to tell someone, to make it real through witnessing, to confirm you're not hallucinating. Share if you want, but don't share to everyone immediately. Give yourself time to just be with it, to let it be yours before it becomes public knowledge. what to do with surprise once it's actually here. Say yes, even if you're scared, even if you don't feel ready, even if part of you wants to reject it because having is scarier than wanting. Say yes to thing. Say yes to opportunity. Say yes to person. Say yes to beginning. Say yes to whatever form surprise takes. Yes doesn't have to be enthusiastic. Can be terrified, yes. Uncertain, yes. I'm scared, but I'm doing it anyway, yes. Receive without immediately planning how to keep it. Don't immediately shift to, okay, how do I make sure this doesn't leave? Don't go straight to anxiety about losing before you've even fully received. Just have it for moment, for day, for however long before anxiety about keeping it surfaces. Having is enough. For now, you can address keeping later. Ask questions if you need clarity. If surprise is offer, ask about details. If surprise is person, ask about intentions. If surprise is opportunity, ask about requirements. Questions aren't rejection, aren't lack of gratitude, are just gathering information you need to engage wisely and adjust expectations about how good will feel. Good after long waiting doesn't feel purely good. I immediately feels disorienting, feels unfamiliar, feels like you're not sure how to operate in this new reality. That's normal. Good requires adjustment even when good is wanted. Give yourself time to adjust. The power is yours. It always has been. Get ready for amazing surprise tomorrow. What you've been thinking about is finally arriving in complete or complete enough form through unexpected timing, requiring you to receive without knowing exactly how, and your job is living today normally. Preparing emotionally without specific expectations, saying yes when surprise arrives, even if you're scared, and allowing yourself to have without immediately planning how to keep. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Trust yourself. And listen, tomorrow might feel like normal day right up until surprise arrives. Might not feel special or different or charged with energy. Don't let normal fool you. Don't let absence of obvious signs make you think surprise isn't coming. Surprise doesn't announce itself with trumpet fanfare, just arrives in middle of regular, in middle of whatever you're doing. So live tomorrow normally, but stay open, stay available, stay willing to be surprised, even though surprise has disappointed you before. This one's real, this one's coming, this one's tomorrow. Be ready to receive it. Bye, Virgo.